Hello, it's me, Annie from Bad Squiddo Games. I'm doing a nice little salute catch up and just a short video to let you know what's happening in Bad Squiddo world. I've actually got my glasses on for a change in a video because people keep saying, why are you not wearing your glasses? This is why. So I'm actually super close, hey, to try and avoid the glare, and actually I can see you doing a video, so that's pretty cool. So let's have a little look at what is happening and what has happened. So Salute last year was the best day of my life. Salute this year was the new best day of my life. It was amazing. I had such a good day. I'm just about starting to process it, and considering it was a couple of weeks ago now, that's quite a task. It's such a whirlwind that I see all day. As soon as the doors open, there's people. It sort of just turns into Annie. So like chatting here, sorting this restock, sorting a pre-order, sorting this thing, getting this. Oh crap! We need more helium balloons over there. And it sort of goes like this all day. See, the glasses they're annoying me, right? So all day it is just full on, and it's mind-blowing that by the time I was sort of just sat back in the van like, then I had a week off afterwards, and now I'm getting back into it, but I'm just about starting to think, oh, I saw you there, I saw you, what did we talk about? I took this leaflet, I don't know what the leaflet is, maybe I'll see them in another show. So this is my ramblings. Pretty much is a little bit of what's in my brain, because it's just this big smoosh and trying to figure out what happened. There were a lot of really good suggestions at Salute. You guys were on fire. So actually, normally every day I get, you should do this, you should do this, you should make this a figure. And a lot of the time, I've already got it on my plan. I really want to make it a figure, but it's that, got to find the right time for it, it's got to have the budget for it, or it's just not the priority, I want to do it, but I want to do all these things first. At Salute, it was like, crap, yeah, that's a good idea, yeah, I'm going to do that. So we'll talk about that later, but yeah, I was just fully pumped with ideas and inspiration. I met my sculptor Alan Marsh, which I absolutely love. He's amazing. I also very briefly met Andrew Taylor, the painter. I met a ton of other people, but I know that I met you. I know that I had a nice chat with you, but next time I meet you, I won't recognise you at all, and I'll just say, would you like a bag with that? And then it will be awkward because you'll then explain who you are, and then I'll have to pretend that I knew all along, and it was just a good old joke. I am afraid that you're going to have to put up with my videos being a little bit rambly, just for a bit. Mostly because when I do these short videos, you wouldn't believe some of the 2-minute videos will take me all day because I have to keep cutting it. I looked silly there, I rambled there. So just to get me doing these videos and to not take up a day where I could be doing, research. Today's plan is research. Yes, so this is a perfect example of me rambling, but I'm going to do it because I want to get more videos out, and I get put off because I get shy and I'm obviously quite uncomfortable with it, but the more I do, the better it will be. So if you can bear with me, then we can have some cooler videos. So, Salute. For those people who weren't there, or maybe just didn't even get to the stand just because it was a quick run through. So I had... on the stand, there was me, Paul, Trina, Ethan. We were going to have Richard, who's amazing. He's done the last 2 years, but he's been in hospital just before the show, so wishes over to him. He was very missed because he's excellent and very fun, but hopefully he'll be back next year. So all 4 of us were tutued up, because I decided that I should cosplay as Raging Annie. So tutus all around, because I feel a little uncomfortable in a tutu. It's a bit, I don't want to be a booth babe or anything like that, but I want to wear a goddamn tutu, so I'm going to wear a tutu. That was the plan. So everyone else in a tutu, then it's not weird. maybe next year everyone at Salute will be in a tutu. That'd be ace. Maybe I can see what strings I can pull. Tutus aside, we obviously had to stand out a little bit. I like Salute. It's like a party for me. It's the highlight of the year. As I said, it's best day of the year. So we thought, why the hell not? So we got helium balloons. So as you walked in, the helium balloons went right up to the ceiling in this big string. So it's easy to spot, because I figured I'm going to whisper again. It's a little bit of a penis-y thing with the banners, because everyone has their banners and how big the banner is, and everyone's competing like that. So I don't want a banner. I'm not going to play this penis game, so I'm going to play the balloon game. So big old balloons were ace, and it was good. People were using them as a way to find stands, but to find other stands as well, because a good marker across the room. So they were fun. They made me so happy on the morning after all the stress, all the weeks and months of stress. I had Ethan doing the balloons, Trina was doing the next stage, and I was just sort of stringing them going, oh wow, they're floating, they're actually floating. On the actual business stuff, we released a lot of things. So there were the Mounted Shield Maidens, the Soviets, the Raging Annie, the Animals. There was so much new stuff going on. Had all the new merch, had a massive restock of Ristles, all that was there, and it was really focusing on female minis and Ristles. I like my little Ristle sideline. He's a top chap, and it's so cool. But aside from him, pretty much everything that I'm focusing on, and now especially at shows, is full on female minis, and especially my own line, because that's what I want to promote and grow. But I've had a really good selection of other female minis there. Statuesque, DGS, Bombshell seem to be the massive winners in terms of the other manufacturers that I was selling. Those racks just got totally raided. And as usual, in the pre-order video where I said that whatever I bring loads of, you won't buy, and what I don't bring enough of, you will want, regardless of how much I try and analyse the pre-sales, the patterns, all that sort of stuff. You always get the totally different thing. So naturally I ran out of animals. The bunnies, the pigs and the kitties ran out pretty quickly. The first guy that came in as soon as it opened just bought a rack of bunnies. That was nuts. So yeah, it was that chaotic running around filling all the racks up, trying to figure out I'm sure I bought those. They've all gone. I'm afraid they've all gone. So yeah, it was a whirlwind. It was so all day the stand was just totally filled with people, which is so good. Sometimes just had to sort of step back and just sort of go but also woo. No, this is my kingdom, or my queendom, and it was just amazing. And my staff for the show were amazing, but Paul in particular just sort of takes over, and he acts like he's the general manager. So I sort of don't have to worry about it, because I'll sit there or stand there like a deer in the headlights, sort of freaking out in a good way, and I could just see Paul just going, right, this here, and I'm like, So yeah, all day was obviously selling things, but also chatting to people. I met a lot of people off the internet, some that I see all the time. It was great to catch up. Lots of new faces, brand new people, as well as people that I might have interacted with for a lot online, which I've now got a face to a name, maybe, as I said earlier. If I don't recognise you, just tell me, and then it'll be fine. And I'll go, hey, it's that guy, rather than just sort of going, yeah, I know you. Yeah. But yeah, it's brilliant to meet people, and that's why Salute's so good, because there's just so many people there to chat to, and just to, I don't know, it just feels like all the hard work's paying off, because people are brilliant. And Ethan, who works for me in Cardiff, he was sort of a bit gobsmacked, I think, just how many people come up and just sort of say, this is amazing, this, female minis, that not wearing chainmail bikinis, that sort of thing. It's just people all day, just really positive, and it's when you work your ass off for it to get it there, and sometimes it's really not demoralising. It's a lot of hard work and there's a lot of assholes on the internet, so sometimes you can kind of just think, why do I do this? And then you come to some people just like, yes, this is so cool, and you think, yeah, this is why I do it, this is blooming ace. So that all day, there were interviews all day, and I still haven't had a chance to have a look at those, because God knows what what I was saying in those, and be like, Bad Squiddo figures, just buy them. So hopefully there's some cool things about that all around, but by the end of the day it's like, wow, I'm an interview pro. I just like that one, I'm doing an interview there. So yeah, we spread, in a nutshell, rambling aside, we brought out a lot of new figures. Figures went down really, really well. Met lots of people. Spread the Bad Squiddo word. Got to have a massive fun time in the process, and just not taking it too seriously, as anyone who saw me in the run-up to Salute would totally now be laughing at the screen, because I've been having all sorts of crazy rants, and naturally everything goes wrong, so on the run-up to Salute was just like, this is going wrong, why is this going wrong, this is going wrong. But then on the day, it's just like, yeah, it's not taking it too seriously. That's why I love just having fun, and I know it's going to go well, so I don't need to worry on the day once I've got the stuff. And I just like, one of my goals for shows is to just be that stand that you see and you think, I need to go over there, I don't know what's going on, but I need to go check it out. And then hopefully, you know, we've got the fun, what's the word? Fun stylied thing, but we've got the substance as well behind it. It's not like you get there and we've just got a load of crap, you know. So that draws people in. It just makes it a bit more of a fun day out, hopefully. And if I have fun, maybe the other people come in here have fun. So yeah, the main word to sum up Salute was definitely fun, and it's a lot of people say it's like New Year, it's the Wargamers New Year. So now all this stress, all that lead up is gone, and now I'm free to now really focus on the next load of projects, which obviously Salute is funded, and now we will talk about that. So Ghosts of Gaia 2. Ghosts of Gaia 1 has been a massive hit. I was absolutely astounded with how well it went, as you'd have seen. So in case you haven't seen, I keep assuming people see things, and Paul, who worked for me at Salute, mentioned he didn't even know I'd done a Kickstarter, so that just shows how hard it is to get things across on the internet. That's why I'm always asking for shares and all this lame stuff. Ghosts of Gaia 1 was my first Kickstarter. It was 10 ladies, post-apocalyptic sci-fi. I kind of lump post-apocalyptic and sci-fi because you can use the figures for both, really. It's really easy just to spread them across. Then guinea pigs with big guns on them appeared, and they sort of stole the show. So then I had my 10 ladies, obviously in their believable armour. They're believable, but they have massive hairdos and stuff. But they're that 80s homage sort of thing, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, and then obviously believable guinea pigs with rockets strapped to them. I thought it was ace, and turns out that loads of people thought it was ace. So yeah, ladies, guinea pigs, and a cappy cannon. And some tankers as well. So it was very small in terms of some of the Kickstarters you see. It was 10 ladies, a cappy cannon, 4 tankers, and 8 gun pigs, and a Morton baggie. But that was all smooth, lovely, really pleased with how it went. Nobody was any trouble. I've heard all sorts of horror stories, but yeah, you people are ace. So that all went well. So Ghosts of Gaia 2. As soon as it's funded, the original one, basically the money that was left over, I threw dramatically at my sculptor Shane and said more. He was excited because he'd been following it, so he straight away went, yeah, totally. So he has sculpted 12 more. They're a bit of a different style. I'll be showing you them shortly. I'll start putting some better pictures online. Andrew Taylor has them at the moment for painting. And even though I think my inking method works okay, they always just look so much better painted, just to show all the details off properly. So soon you'll be able to see them. It's my favourite. There's so many favourites in there. There's also a bonus figure that he has sculpted, which is currently a secret. That's so cool. So that's 13 from him. I'm trying to... It's really easy to get carried away with Kickstarter, so I'm thinking I could do all of this stuff, but I'm still going to keep it tight. I'm going to put a couple more things on there though. Try to make it a little bit bigger this time, maybe a few more stretch goals. Now I know how to do it, and also just how it works and what to expect, because I didn't even expect to make a grand, let alone 10. So at least I've got a bit more of a gauge going on now. So Phil Hines is sculpting something, which is a secret. That will be delivered to me this week, so that is exciting. Darren Edwards is converting some of my bunnies into gunny bunnies. If you have a look at the social media, you will see some of those, because there's only 4 of those this time, but you know what it's like, there can always be more afterwards, but there won't be any added in the campaign, probably. I've also got Tim Prow on board, but he hasn't done anything yet. This weekend, I really want him in there. He's a great guy, his sculpts are amazing, he's similar in style to Shane, so sometimes, you know, you mix sculptors up and the styles, just, you know, people do their scales a bit different, but these guys work together really well. So I want him to do something a bit different, so I've got the weekend to sort of figure out what it's going to be, and then that'll be a reveal afterwards. So to have all these sculptors, effectively I'll have obviously Shane is the bulk of it, Shane Hoyle, Tim Prow, Phil Hines, Joe Brumby and Darren Edwards, and they're all magnificent with great reputations, and they sculpt fantastic, so I'm really excited. All this stuff that's happening lately is just like an absolute dream come true. It's amazing. So yeah, more post-apocalyptics, and that will be running on the end of May. The end of May is still loose because I want to make sure I've got all the sculpts before it starts, and everything's checked over, because again I like them to be safe. I don't want there to be any massive balls ups. And yeah, it's just nice for me to have it. There might be a couple things sculpted during the campaign, but for now I want to wait till I get all those sculpts, and then start getting the backstories sorted and the names for all the characters. I like coming up with the names, so that will be fun. It is the 6th of May. I just had to check there. So yeah, maybe about 2 weeks from the shooting of this video, really. I'd love to get started on it. I'm starting to get excited for it. Shane has got a couple other things up his sleeve as well, so I'm hoping that this time, you know, we had the 10 ladies on foot. Now I've got 12 ladies on foot, so a few different things that aren't just, you know, fighters, but the weapons in this one are a lot more, a lot different to the first lot. Again, which is easier just to show you than to explain. I picked up the book Scrappers yesterday, so I'm going to be checking that out and see if I can put some sort of Scrappers bundles together and look at the unit types and weapon types for that, and see if I've got any sort of massive gap, because that looks like a great game. So if I can it's obviously great to be able to tie figures to a game, so yeah, keep an eye out on social media for this Kickstarter, because I need all the help I can get just to plug things around. It's just online, you post something and 10 seconds later it's all sort of just gone down the feeds and it's replaced with other things, and sometimes, you know, the bigger boys sort of, it's not their fault, but you get drowned a little bit, you know, like, hey, I'm doing this little Kickstarter, any interest in my Kickstarter? It's like, £10 million Kickstarter, 4 million comments, and you're just like, it's great that you're making your £20 million, and I just want a few £1,000, and then I can put that money into more of my ladies, please. So yeah, it's exciting, and the more you guys can just plug, you folk can plug around, then that will really make my day, and it'll make your day, because some more figures. And again, the excess from the Kickstarter, anything that's left over after I've fulfilled it, is the profit, which people are a bit weird when you say profit. So like, obviously I'm not going to break even with it, so that extra cash, the profit margin, mostly is going to get straight back into a whole new load of models. This time it probably won't be more Ghosts of Gaia models, but I have these other plans, and that's what I want the money to then go on to, because I love the Ghosts of Gaia, I absolutely love the imagery around that sort of stuff, but I still want to keep really hammering at the historicals as well. So that extra money is probably going to fund some more different historical era ladies. And then let's discuss this one. So apart from Ghosts of Gaia, the next plans, it's always hard to talk about plans because I don't want to give the full game away, you know? And especially before things are sculpted, it's... So I will give you a little taste, because I hate also that I have to go, there are some things. So, as usual, not making sense, but I'm not going to cut it because I'm going to do this goddamn video. So, World War II. World War II is going to be growing this year. It's going to grow a lot. That's the plan before everything all goes wrong, which is what normally happens. More than Soviets. I'm going to expand out of the Soviet Union. Can I still do some more Soviets? But I feel like I've now got a nice... I wanted to start off with a nice heft of that, rather than, because I already feel like I sort of spread around, and I wanted to just sort of grow little areas. So now that's grown sufficiently, I feel like I can then look at some other sections of World War II. And there are quite a few areas, and there's some lesser known areas, but I think I'm going to tell you, the next big area I am going to go is the home front, the British. I've got some brilliant ideas. Where I was raised, well, I grew up in a little village which was mostly full of retired Land Army girls, so they'd moved there, working in the Land Army, and then they'd settle down with farmers or people from the area. So when I grew up, it was in a bit of an old lady village in the nice way, and I like to do something based around those. A few more. I really, with all the things I do, I'd like to do some more civilian types or just non-combatants. So yeah. Some home front stuff. I don't want to tell you too much about these plans because there's some such cool stuff in there, and it'd be a bugger if I told you it all and then someone else went, oh that's great, and did it before me. But yeah, the home front is the next place. I might start dotting some around, but it's just I want to do so much, and you know, figure manufacturing isn't cheap. So you've got to really be careful to budget, choose the right things at the right time, all of this. And it's so easy to just go, oh, I want to do the whole lot. Which I do, but you have to be sensible, just do it in little chunks. So, home front, World War II. That's the next big one. That's Alan Marsh, who sculpted all the Soviets. He's going to be doing a lot more for me. So I'm really, it's got to the point where I can suggest something to him and I can see the sculpt in my head before it's even done, and then when it arrives, it's pretty much the same, if not better. So I can already see these figures in my head, and I know that they're just going to be fantastic and just lovely. The World War II, I think because it's the living memory sort of era, it's got that extra bit in my heart, because I feel like it's so nice to represent these people that are currently not really being represented very well, and it's a bit of a shame. So as a little bit, almost like a personal project, I'm really excited by it. It's the newness of it is that you can connect. It's like they're real people, even though all the others are obviously real people. These are really, really real. So yeah, I like that. I've got obviously more projects. I'm working with some bigger boys, some grown-up company at the moment, which is absolutely top secret because it's working with someone else. But hopefully by the fall, really, maybe Crisis, that'll all come out, and that's really exciting. I can tell you that it's historical, and I'm really excited to get some more historicals out because that's super good, and to get that sort of stamp of approval is brilliant from someone much more established, so I'm excited about that. So that's, again, sorry that it's a secret, but you'll love it. You'll love it. It's so cool. And sculpting's already started on that, so very exciting. Yeah, I'm going to try and stick this year to mostly a plan, where rather than just buying sculpts, but I'm sure I'll buy more sculpt. So you get sculptors that I'm starting to get a bit of a reputation, I think, that they just sort of sculpt something, sculpt a cool woman, and then go, "Hey Annie, would you like to buy this sculpt?" I'm like, "Oh, it wasn't on my plan, but it's so good, and if I don't buy it, someone else will buy it, and then I'll see them selling loads, and it's such a good model, it should be mine." So yeah, those sort of distractions. But that's exactly how Ghosts of Gaia came about, and I'm over the moon with those. So sometimes things like that happen, you know, you don't plan it, but why the heck not? Just go with it, you know? So what the heck am I up to right now? Today, once I've sorted this video out, because it takes so long to upload, why does it take so long? I am researching, so I have a stack of World War II books, which when I was buying them for the Soviets, I thought, I know I'm going to be doing some more, so I went on a bit of a book craze. So I've already got this amazing Women in History library, so I've took a big chunk. I keep it at work, so I'm obviously at home today. I took a big chunk of that home, and I'm just going to be sat on the floor with my notes and my coffee. I drink my coffee from a Bad Squiddo mug. Yeah, and obviously I'm going to promote them to you because I sell them and I make money from them. But the reason I do is because they're so cool. They're massive. I'm going to do it again. This particular design was the first one, and they're out of production now. So this is a relic. But I have some other. Look at this. I have some other designs now for the mugs. They're 15 ounces. So this task today is definitely a 15-ounce mug job. You just got to make sure you drink them before they get cold. I've got a bit left now, bogger. Yeah, so me, stack of stack of books, looking through old news archives, which is always fun too, and a mega sort of research day, which is exciting. I don't get as much of a chance to do this sort of thing as I should, and that was part of the scaling the shop down. So I'm hoping to be able to do a lot more of this. Not this. Research. It's great, and I want to make sure that, again, the stuff like World War II, you've got to get it just spot on right, and so far I'm proud that everything is spot on right, so I'm going to continue with that. And I always get distracted because I'm supposed to be looking at the pictures and the references, and then I end up reading accounts and stories and sort of going off, and I think, oh, this is brilliant, this is what makes it just amazing. So that is today's plan. The current general plan for the next couple of weeks, I'm still a little bit behind on orders. That's because some things sold out at Salute. So like Jarl Lafskirtha and some of the other bits and bobs, some of the Shield Maidens are out. So I'm trying to whip the casters to get that stuff sorted. On the run up to Salute, I hate because I don't want to be negative. I have a lot of problems, and that, as it got nearer to Salute, I sort of just sodded it off and went, I'll deal with it after Salute. And then I had obviously had a little bit of time off, then catching up with the orders, so I still haven't even got to that point of tackling some of these big cock-ups. Gotta keep smiling though. So I've had a few casting and mould problems, just like last year. Woo! But I will be fixing these a lot faster because they're much better people now, so that'll all be sorted, hopefully. So it means that I've got to put a lot of energy into sorting the existing figures, making sure they're in stock, making sure they are the best quality they can be for you. And frustratingly, that's going to take up a bit more of my money, my salute money, which should have been going to new figures and new shiny stuff. But I don't want to just keep ploughing on, going new stuff, new stuff, new stuff, and then the old stuff's been out of stock for ages, or some of it needs remoulding. One of the Shield Maiden Berserkers, they need remoulding because of the issue with the skirt. I got loads of casts out of them, so I did sold a lot of those Shield Maiden Berserkers, but because the skirt's so sort of that. It means that it's been tearing the mould out quicker than it should. So little bits like that just need sorting, remoulding, more monies. So I'm afraid for the next month I'm going to be pretty boring because I'm just sort of catching those sort of things up. But it's all going to be coggling, stirring along in the background, getting those sculptors working on, or Alan working on some stuff. He's doing the secret project as well as the World War II's. Andrew Taylor's painting up. He's got the master casts of the Ghosts of Gaia, so he's going to be painting those up. Keeping track of the sculptors doing the Ghosts of Gaia, just to make sure that's all grand. Figuring out what the heck I'm going to get Tim Proud to sculpt, and then getting him working on that. So it's just lots of management, and just sort of, I feel like it's just this constant plate spinning. I've still got this. I've been chatting to you, and I've got this blooming thing on my hand. So yeah, I'm sort of spinning plates, and it's like I took 4 days off after Salute, and it feels like I took a year off. Because all the plates have fell to the floor, so I've got to keep grabbing all them extra ones. But it's good to be hectic. It's good to just to keep going and to not stop. But needing to stop sometimes. I am rambling again, so I should probably start cutting the video down. Hello, if you've got this far, it's another treat. This is Nadia. She's for the Piggos. She came from the same rescue. She has this magnificently long hair. It's very jealous. It's very nice. Look at that. Oh, she's got her some bribed kale there just to get it. Oh, she likes her luncheon. Oh, got some more there. So the summary of the video, basically, I'm trying to get myself into doing these videos more. As I mentioned before, I'm obviously not a camera star of naturalness, but the more I do, the more it'll be fine. I'm super chilled when I do interviews and things, but when you record yourself, you can see yourself. I can see me there, and then I kind of stutter as I'm doing now. So I just need to get past that. So the more little updates, I like chatting to you, chatting to the camera and all you people, rather than just typing all the time, because I type so much. And even my hands are still rubbish from the dice bags, but day to day they're generally okay. But typing a lot hurts, and I know I'm thinking, I've got to update the website, I've got to do some more typing later, and it does hurt. So it's quite nice to do these little videos and shamelessly exploit my pigs for hits and views. Oh, look at it. These are the flattest. They're always loving this greens. I don't know if you can hear her. She's making these little wobbly. That was my professional update of post Salute, upcoming plans, the Kickstarter, which I'll definitely be doing some videos about the Kickstarter, and try and do a cool professional one this time as well, that's not just me rambling or spraying my face with anything. I fancy little slide-ins, pictures of minis, maybe a little like, who knows, maybe they'll go, wow, the production value of this video is amazing, they'll give it 10 million trillion pounds. Yeah, Ramble-owns. It's like the last video, I don't want to turn it off, because I can see Nadia in this video here, on my little recording. She's just... It's very nice. I do see the appeal of this stuff. I can't mute the camera as my laptop, so I'm going to have to disturb this pig just to show you her full majesty. Right, farewell. Make sure to follow. Make sure, or else I'll get you. Follow the social media if you want to. I've got Facebook and Twitter, which is updated a lot. Mostly the Twitter's really updated. It's almost like a live reel of Bad Squiddo-ness and pigs. Boop, boop, boop. Oh no, there's no kale left. Crap, that's why she's freaking out. I've got more for you. Go on, lift it. Do a show me chin. Go on. A little treble. Yes, there's also the group Baggy's Cave on Facebook as well, which is our little community, which I really like. So if you're interested in like extra content sort of thing, it's a bit like Twitter, but you can actually type more and put more pictures. People share their painted minis in there. And I'm gonna get you. And I will start being a bit better at updating the newsletter as well. I was trying to like argue between not spamming people and actually getting news out. So, farewell, thanks for watching this. I'm sorry if I've destroyed your will to live, and yeah, hopefully each video I'll be more and more super swish cut and to the point, but not today. Farewell. I'm sure Nadia, if she would stop eating, would also say farewell to you as well. I'm sure I'll give her a little... Oh, come on. See you, bye. Bye, nice people. Goodbye. Bye.